What's good guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a very big year for the Air Max 95 as this year marks the 30th anniversary of the shoe, and to mark the occasion, Nike has been giving us a lot of collabs on this model, but the shoes I'll be talking about in this video have been the most anticipated. Two icons coming together, Levi's and Nike. I got all three colorways right here, and I'll be telling you everything you need to know about the Levi's Nike Air Max 95. So these sneakers first dropped on July the 10th exclusively on the Levi's website as well as some Levi's store locations. And this blue pair right here was the most limited of the three as these released only at Levi's and didn't release anywhere else. The white and the black pairs, we did see a release on the Nike Sneakers app as well as some other retailers. But make no mistake, all three pairs were very limited. And the retail price on this was $205 US or 205 euros. And even more limited than the shoes was actually the apparel that dropped alongside it. We had this denim trucker jacket with the Nike logo on the back, as well as these jeans, these baggy jeans. I lined up at the Levi's store on the day of release, and that's how I was able to get the blue pair. While the white and black ones, I did manage to get these from other retailers. I did hear from a lot of you guys that you seem to have taken W's on the Levi's website only to have your orders canceled later. I'm really sorry if that happened to you. That is, I know, the worst feeling, having a W turn into an L. But at least for the white and black pairs, the retail prices aren't too bad. Let's get into the review now. We are getting, once again, two American icons, Levi's and Nike, coming together for a collab. We've seen them collab before on the Jordan 4, and this was back when Jordan 4 hype was super high, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, but those shoes released all the way back in 2018, and that is 7 years ago because it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Getting into these shoes, let's start off with the box. So you get a special Nike and Levi's box here. It features the Batwing logo, they call it, the Levi's logo. And half the box is done in red and the other half is done in brown. Getting into the shoes, so first of all, I was happy to see that these shoes released in the big bubble version, which does pay homage to the original 95s, and Nike has been dropping a lot of these big bubble versions this year. Not all pairs though. That Cortez pair that released a few months ago, that one wasn't the big bubble version. To me, it's definitely noticeable, especially towards the heel. You can see the bubble protruding out. Now I'll be reviewing these shoes one at a time, and I'll be telling you at the end which one was my favorite. And let's start off with this black anthracite pair. Super simple here, just an all over black colorway. And unlike the other pairs, there's basically zero contrast on the shoe. It's all over black. The Air Max logo, the mesh panels, the swoosh, it's all black. The only tiny pop of color you see is in fact the Levi's logo located on the heel. And all these pairs feature a premium 14-ounce denim upper. What I really notice on the black pair compared to the two other colorways is all of this frayed detailing that you see along the edges. On this pair, it's just super visible. You can see the raw edges there, and it gives the shoe a bit of texture and makes it a bit more interesting because otherwise it's just simply a triple black sneaker. And the midsole is done in a matte black finish. The outsole is also done in black, but you see that opening there with the Levi's logo on the left pair and the Nike logo on the right, and all three pairs feature that on the outsole. Also, all three of these pairs come with these red laces as your extra pair. And the reason why I've thrown them on the black one is because I feel like the red laces really pop on this pair compared to the other two. It just makes the shoe way better to look at, in my opinion. Maybe that's because, especially if you're a Jordan fan, you're just used to seeing black and red together. But I feel like this pair needs those red laces to make the shoes pop. And it also goes with that nice red Levi's tab on the back. On feet, this colorway is very versatile. I'm wearing them here with some Levi's 550 faded black wash denim. And I think they look great. As far as black 95s go, I'm definitely feeling these a lot more than those recently released Cortez pairs. I just like the textures on these and especially those frayed details. Because these shoes are made out of a denim upper, they definitely do feel a bit hotter on feet than, let's say, a mesh pair. And this colorway being the black colorway, as you guys might know, the color black absorbs heat a lot more than other colors. So yeah, this one might even feel more warm. But all in all, it is pretty nice as far as triple black pairs go. Leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about this one. And moving on to the white pair, the official name of this colorway is white and ecru. And ecru can be described as more of a cream color because as you look at this shoe, you'll notice that it's a bit of a stretch to call it a white sneaker because most of the shoe is actually done in that ecru cream, which personally I like because it adds a bit of contrast with the shoe when you have the white laces on. There's that bit of white mesh on the upper as well, and then you also got the white midsole. So overall, there's a nice bit of contrast there between the two colors. And then of course you gotta love that gum outsole. I mean, on this colorway, it is perfect to have a gum outsole with it. If you're into sneaker customization, then this is definitely the pair you wanna go for. And I'm also waiting to see some pictures on Instagram of people actually customizing their pairs because I remember when the white Jordan 4s came out, people were going crazy with those. You do get the red laces with this pair as well, but in my opinion, it just looks pretty weird on the shoe because overall this colorway is very clean and the red just doesn't go with it. So I stuck with the white this time and I think these look awesome on feet. Here I'm wearing them with some Levi's silver tab baggy jeans and I think it's a super clean look, super clean, especially for the summertime. It's impossible to go wrong with this white pair. And I have to say one more thing, this compared to all three of the shoes just look way better in person than they did in pictures. You gotta see the white pair in hand, they are very clean. And finally you have this blue obsidian colorway, which you could argue is probably the most traditional Levi's looking type of shoe. And on this pair you get this light faded blue denim with some indigo accents. And definitely the wash that they've chosen on this pair is a bit lighter than what they chose on the blue Jordan 4 Levi's. Personally, I like the look of this lighter color. And what's really nice about this shoe is that you can really appreciate the details. You can see that white stitching all over the upper because it's contrasting against the blue. You don't really notice it too much on the other colorways, which is why for me visually this is the most interesting colorway. Also, if you want to go for that full Canadian tuxedo look, then wearing these is unlocking a whole new level of Canadian tuxedo. And even though this shoe is maybe a bit more difficult to style, for me I would still say that it is my favorite out of the three because I think it showcases all the different details about the shoe the best. Like I said, you could see the different stitching on it. At the heel where you see the Levi's tab, you can see it contrasting against the swoosh on this pair. On the other two pairs, you can barely see the swooshes on them. And also for this Levi's collab, like let's be honest, you gotta rock the denim on denim look with these. And I think having them in blue is the perfect way to rock denim on denim. The more that you wear all three of these shoes, you'll notice over time that they'll start to age. They'll start to wear down a bit just like a regular pair of denim jeans do. And I expect the aging to look really nice on this blue pair. The white ones, however, are the most underrated out of this whole pack, especially in person. In hand, these look very nice. When looking at the resale prices, definitely the blue pair is by far the highest reselling pair. It's nearly double what the other two pairs are going for. The black ones, however, seem to be reselling for more than the white ones. I believe it should be the other way around because I do like the white pair more than the black ones. For sizing on these, so I can give you a very good sizing description here because I didn't get all three of these shoes in the same size. I got them in three different sizes, a 10.5, an 11, and 11.5. And as you guys know, my true size is a size US 11. With Air Max 95s in the past, I've said this before, you need to go a half size up. They fit very tight, especially in the toe area. In the pinky toe area specifically, going true to size was pretty much unbearable for me. But these Levi's 95 seem to be the rare case when actually going true to size seems to fit best. The size 11 pair for me surprisingly fits great and I don't feel any irritation on the toe area. I would say if you have wide feet, you maybe still want to go up half a size. But for the rest of you guys, true to size on this pair seems to be the best fit, which is definitely not the usual case with 95s. For comfort, these are the big bubble version of the 95s, and personally, I've tried the regular 95s, the older version, and this big bubble one, and I don't really notice a difference in terms of really the cushiness. They both pretty much feel the same to me on feet. As always, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know which of these three colorways was your favorite. If you missed out on them, are you planning on paying resale for these? It doesn't seem like a lot of shoes these days sell out and go for pretty high prices on the resale market, so the fact that these still managed to do so tells you that yeah, this shoe definitely had some hype. People wanted these. It's a very nice collab. The blue pair is an absolute banger. The white one's super clean. The black ones, especially with the red laces, pop. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, dropping content on there daily, and it's the best place to contact me if you want to reach out. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping content just like this every single week. And thank you so much for stopping by and for supporting my content. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.